Yemu bebre no is unfortunate to say omo ye the day of social media no more cancer kese no. I just think say omo enhu ya bakosem enhu be you free back. And you because social media obisu because of that about me the north is lost. North no inyanda bene lost here. Mpachom de make at here. Ekoba say ye call 2024 election. But mami chuma junisi bibi so. Ye papa John Dramani Mahama elusi 2016 election by 1 million votes. Nanado ye united to who say we have won the best historic vote ever because Obien we need 1 million votes there, right?
Yeah.
Then we had a big majority in parliament, right? Nanado as candidate, Nanado has ruled for 4 years. You call 2020, what happened? We lost 500,000 of that vote. We lost almost all the majority in parliament. In fact, between the MPs that we had in 2016 to 2020, no, we lost more MPs in 2020 than we have lost in 2024. We lost MPP, we lost more MPs in 2020. Those that we got in 2016, no, you lose almost be brave essence say you lose 24. In 2020, Obi said Nanado was a problem. After the election, did you hear anybody say that Nanado was a problem? Nobody mentioned Nanado was a problem. Because what? We had won? Yeah. Because Sanka ye were timanak ye bibia a problem start here. You come into power with 1 million votes. You come into power with all this majority of MPs. Then in 4 years after performing, you lose all your MPs and you lose 500,000 votes after you've done free senior high school with over almost 400,000 kids going through free education. So what does that tell you? It tells us that the problem did not start in 2024. The problem was not Dr. Bawumia. The problem started when we went to election in 2020 and Ghanaians told us that we are doing something wrong. Nobody listened. Nobody listened because we come into government to be popular. We come into government to do more. And to about 4 years, that 4 years, no, Ghana for their indictment is for you to lose 500,000 votes, the indictment for you to lose half of your MPs are. That's where the problem started. But Obi can want him. And all of a sudden, we go into 2024 and Dr. Bawumia as the flag bearer. Papa Brian say he's a victim of the conflict in Boko. Now Oya Mamprusi in OT, in other parts, Kusasis didn't vote. Okay. Or no, Dr. Bryan Acheampong. Did he not lose votes in Abetifi? He lost votes. He got less votes in 2020 than he got in 2016 when he first won that Abetifi seat. TBO, Ghana, you have to skate and blouse. In 2020, Amewu in Hohoi, when Amewu, the Hohoi time people wanted Amewu, no, they voted Amewu 26,000 to make Amewu an MP and gave Nanado only 14,000. They didn't want to know about the president, but they wanted an MP. So they voted for Amewu. And the Ghanaians are discerning. Ghana for elections munyansa. Si ye pesi ye to aba, ye tumi ko ni akoto de ye peno ne de ye mpeno. Enti yemfa ne se wo de wo feel se Dr. Bawumia na e problem a. Na se wo Dr. Bryan Acheampong abetifu for pel because we see the biggest hotel in Africa eba wo mo a. Why did they not vote massively for you in 2024? Why did you lose votes? That's the question. Yes, Abusabim Abetifi in Prayaso in Koko MPs almost are enclave no. Oka votes lose year from 2020 and 2024. They lost over 26,000 votes. The MPs enti almost no na mamprusi for na. So let's not make anybody come and tell us say you lose votes because of Dr. Bawumia. When the person telling us no, he lost votes himself. Right? Yeah. And you know why did you lose votes? Because it's not possible. So I catch them say presidential until our president parliament you lose votes. It's not true. But there's been reports, 3 reports The Microcure report, the Oseche Mensa Bonsu report for Ashanti region, and the third from external parties are Akase. There is nowhere in Ghana Yako 275, 276 constituencies are Obia Babe Kase. You lose 2 seats, no, it was because of tribe or religion. But a bit more perception omo kase eyanuntra. Mamemo asimbi. Every region, every constituency have a reason tia omantoba. Asante Bemu ha the dabena yinja Asante Mampuntioka. Huh? Ene Mamponting. Didn't Mamponting Kwabri is give Nanado the highest votes in the country.
Yes.
What did we do for Kwabri East? Miame Papa. Nana Aiboafo. Nana Sasi Aiboafo the second. A press conference. Calling for Impuntuo for Kwabri. Mamponting market started by NDC. Now after 2017, when my father be papa here press conference no, Nana Duba Kumasi be radio, so I said no catch trouble. No, I said no catch trouble.
Yeah.
80 no, now 146,000 votes no open. I won't pay. Because they have 146,000. Yes, the Kenyan roads were done. Later, Yakunya Maombe started Mamponting inner roads, right? So I can't say it's zero. But the key things that is important to the people, no, why not? You be why they it's like Kumasi. Maybe some things were done, but Kejetia market was key for us.
Yeah.
Kejetia market phase 2. And they are quite very significant road but quite parks and gardens and they in foot.
Yeah.
And to say the pebiti Kumasi na one to a bar. Also talk about maintain one to a bar. Let's stop it. There are people of Brian Frey, chairman for no Ekoyeno. Man could be a chairman for Neka. Almost say when the man was telling them about they told him, say, we as chairman of the constituencies, we know the problems that were there. In Bono East and Bono, what is the biggest problem in Bono and Bono East? Omakwan. There's one road that Mahama Kasawaye. Abronya in 2017 did a press conference in Mahama Boa. Na yenye in 8 years yanfa yensan kakwano. That road apparently goes through about 6 to 8 constituencies. So tell me, if you lose election, you have been Yabokoko 2020 when one change ministers so one year reshuffle that. Jai Cathedral, when Jai. You will, one year. Look, we are by a cartoon January.
So you can say the odds were already against.
No,
us.
the actions created the odds. Our actions. Ghanaians don't vote for you because they don't like you. Ghanaians at a point likes you and they vote for you. And the biggest problem we have, has a year to early election, January 31st. Whoever wins, we will be able to go around. But have hope in us again. Say MPP ever come back into power and we do anything near to what has happened in the last 8 years, apart in Begu. I'm telling you. The only reason Ghanaians voted for us because no more Kaidi Akufo ye. Say, hey, they answer for Mumra because they're Mahame ye there.
Yeah.
Yemfa Kufo for Nemra. They have the men. Then we came. Yes, yeah, yippee. You see, me, I've always said, I defended our track record on a lot of things during the 2024 election. Yeah, yippee. But, baby, na emma nkati bakono. That's where the problem is. Na nkati ni na ye. But in Katia Balkona na aseno. I no. That's where the problem is. And they member almost share traditional TV.
Yeah.
They don't watch traditional TV. Most university students don't watch traditional TV. Ubia share TikTok any yuma on the phone. So, in fact, in 2014 there was no TikTok. In 2015 there was no TikTok. TikTok is a current 4, 5, 6, 7 years phenomenon, right? Blockchain technology, a recent phenomenon. And to say obi can be in terms of the economy of a nation, that these are the things, are the principles of economy, the principles of finances, or massa lecture now, based on the perception, dear unim. Now about baimu, or say sa principles of economy no, enya Ghana for natural yo, e Bruni natural ye. Bruni natural sa principles of economy no, based on certain things prevailing in those countries. In Germany, in the UK, in the US, there are digital address systems. They are easily identifiable individuals. Ubi bebobosia, you can easily track that person. Okisho ubi a unim baby or tear. Oko banka yema wonfa pen paper any pencil na on tro a diagram baby out tear. And I say closest known location. Yeah. The things that prevail in Ghana no. Emma economic principles no doesn't hold through. Ain't no was all things being equal. Obi ote. Obi so all things being equal. Ain't see you kusuya nyoma Oxford, Cambridge ni abro amanoni. Near the bar. Near ba be implement to Ghana because I na bro ni achire. Meanwhile, say me gina landing Heathrow. Na me ka say me cut 12 Brampton closer upper Clapton. Whoever met me at that. Huh?
Yeah.
Na driver ni could do 12 Brampton close upper Clapton E5 because it is a structured system where addresses work. Ghana Mikojina airport na metina taxi mu a address require me ni bi na mabo na se minim na mko mistake na me ka se me ko Kwaku Mensa Street a ebi kwada Kwaku Mensa Street no na me ko abuchire no na ewo ho ene no emefo abesesa no ntinya Kwaku Mensa Street bio but you make out say they may can say our prevailing circumstances in Ghana does not make those economic principles true. So Dr. Bawumia coming into government realized say there are certain things that needs to be done, and those were the things that he now started to do what put in place, which is the digitalization drive to give somebody a digital address system, to now do the mobile money interoperability that he did, to do all the digital stuff that he came up with, was to help give Ghana an equal footing to the UK or to the US, so that some of those economic principles can be true. But what I say, he didn't move away, say he doesn't believe, because you can be talking about all these things forever and ever and ever. Then look, we now say he ran away from and then now went to do something. No, he sat there and thought of gold for oil, right?
Yeah.
Today, NDC, they bastardize gold for oil, but in a way, quote unquote, they are doing the same thing because they are doing gold for reserve. But at the foundation of that economy that the NDC has now revolves around what? Gold. In 2012 to 2016, did you hear John Mahama talk about gold?
No.
Did Sami Jamfi ever talk about gold?
No.
How come all of a sudden Sami Jamfi now walks around with the most crisp suit, gold board CEO? Because somebody has thought. And Maker say in every economy that does well, somebody's name has to be attached to that curve. Because ansana bibi beye no obi ene de sa adwene no eba. So it's not true. Yes, look, we are vice president. Maybe there was a bit of naivety. Doctor, the thinking of what his role is in government and his thinking of his role when we are in opposition. As a vice president, you are not the president. In fact, the Minister of Finance, there were more clouds, more power than you, the vice president. Because now, economic management team, no, through our constitution. The constitution does not mention the economic management team. There is no way that economic management team is concerned. Economic management team, is only a subcommittee of cabinet. It is said obi a watran board de be anim oko board there are various subcommittees. Parliamentary subcommittee, we subcommittee, and the committee na koye adwuma no. Now the adwuma na ba plenary na oma discussing, which is the cabinet. So the economic management team is a subcommittee of cabinet. And it's normally headed by somebody the president puts in charge. In this case, he put Dr. Bawumia in charge of the economic management team. And some ministers are members of the economic management team. Then that's where they digest all the policies and bring the report to cabinet for it to be approved. Mm-hmm. They can all decide at the economic management team, bring it to cabinet. The president has veto power. Mm-hmm. The president can decide, so look, I am my idea. Nediem say you be cockroach style. Bro, for I'm kind of mood there, so you're playing. Simple, case die. President has the final authority. We run an executive presidency. Eti say enyoma BCC ya ebia enyini nyina na obika. There are clear issues. I can tell you authoritatively that Dr. Bawumia at cabinet fought against e-levy.
Yeah.
He fought against e-levy. But when the decision was agreed onto, as a team player, as a member of cabinet, you are binded by the decision of cabinet. And the finance minister, who was the proponent of e-levy, had his way. But Dr. Bawumia was against e-levy. Yes, what do you want him to do? Or he will throw tantrum, match me ball. There be. Ball no different if ball no there. But you're a vice president. Yes, wako pack so ya chest 7-7 ball in your dia. Ya chair ya now in chain. You can only beg to play. Who play who bonus went to me and near US in chain. But you are a team player. So when he fought against e-levy at the cabinet and cabinet approved it, he was a team player. Onyubia or Abijina Bontin Akasa Etia, the collective decision. That's not a team player. And those are qualities of a leader. E-levy by finance minister got it wrong. We all saw that. He got it wrong. Yeah. You understand? Yeah. The finance minister, who was the cousin of the president, was more powerful than the vice president. That's the truth. And remember, oh, yes, as a collective, journalists for Nanka, Yama Ghana for indicate to almost say government is different from party. Say party is not the same as government. Yes, we sponsor a president to win and form his government. But in the same party Bekano and a president Betty, we all heard Justin Kudia advocating for changes of ministers. It never happened. Right? Yeah. And then government didn't be more. When they do no bono. Party no. Oh, just here. Yes. I think say going forward, Doctor himself, I'm sure a younger self of him will learn certain lessons. He will know, say, the perception he had in coming to government was not the same when he got into government. The role of the vice president is limited. You are only advising your president. And I think, say, if he had known that, those lectures would not have been as assertive as But look, those lectures, he's a lecturer. He was giving you economic principles. If the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. It's true because that's economics. Whether Ghana, in our peculiar circumstances, that apply, that is for the technocrats and the professors to debate.
Mate, Kwajo, me last one on this.